What's going on, people? Welcome to United View. Welcome to the 9th episode of the Trinity, powered by Dango.
Powered by Dango. What's going on?
We're here, man. Episode 9. We're on the lead up to like a nice round 10. We're on the lead up to that 10th episode in the bag. I suppose that'll be our kind of mini anniversary. 10 episodes in. You know what I mean? They say get your 10,000 hours. Get your 10 episodes in straight away. Do you know what I mean? Consistency. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's good. Hope you guys are watching fine. We are not live.
We're live. We're live. Big up everyone in the chat right now. Super chats are welcome. Thank you so much.
This is what he does. This is what he does.
Red
Actually, and you get like the countdown. This is why I don't get with the premiere, right? So the premiere, it says the word premiere, right? That's a giveaway for it as well, I think. And then there's like a big countdown before, and it's usually like a really dramatic one. And we get the blame for that as well. People go, "What's this stupid countdown?" It's not even us.
YouTube integration, mate.
YouTube.
Can't change it.
Anything about
it. It's got the mad music that we wouldn't choose. Like it's It's got the mad like the lift. It's got a few ones you can change it in it, but they're all still quite like you're in the doctor's surgery or the lift.
I do like this song.
I go with a really dramatic one whenever I put it up there. Actually, it's way too dramatic for this show. You know what I mean? It's like final battle in a Marvel film, kind of, and it starts off with Flex going, "Hello, what's going on, guys?" Trinity, you go, "It's a bit of a come down there."
And I've seen a lot of those final Marvel battles. They're intense. They are intense, especially the music.
Of course you have.
Seen it. 100%.
What's your favorite one? If you had to pick,
probably the glove, the stones.
The what?
Yeah,
the what?
Thanos they get the glove off him. They save it. They save the world.
What did you call it before you called it?
Infinity Stones.
What did you call that?
The gauntlet.
Yeah,
done well, man. That's better.
That's what I'm saying.
Remember
That's probably my favorite.
Remember one was in that arena in America. Was in that place, the Marvel room.
Oh yes,
yeah.
No, that wasn't in America. That was in Australia.
Was it?
Yes, that was when we went to watch the Aussie Rules game, and they had a box, which was a Marvel box. It was called the Marvel Arena. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Flex. That's triggered another thing I wanted to talk about. It's not football related, but KG's been a very busy man this week. He was a guest on Matisse's podcast. I don't know if you've seen this.
Yeah, is it out? Is it out yet?
Yeah. I watched it. I watched it. I saw the picture.
Quite complimentary to you, lot. I was quite cool.
Yeah. He was.
KG's thinking, where's he going with this?
I saw the picture of like the thumbnail that was used or whatever. KG's face is very shiny.
Someone said I'm dosed in Vaseline. bro, I don't know whoever.
Why did they do that to you?
I don't know what Matisse is thinking. Someone thought it was like an extra hype version of Travis. They thought it was a super Photoshop.
Oh yeah, just seeing it.
You know what it looks like? It's like it's KG's been cloned and that's a waxwork model.
It's gone too far. Someone needs to tell Matisse. Someone's got to dial it back, mate. It's just not.
Just seen, yeah.
Madam Two Swords G.
Like why has he done you like
Two Swords G? Waxwork G, bro. No, but and I said it's got nothing to do with me. I just reposted it. I was a great guy, a great friend. But big up Matisse every single time. How was everyone? Little welfare wellness check. How's the team?
Good. Been a busy week. I've been up and down the motorway. Come back from a concert today. That was last night. Went to see Protege and Leela Ike and Jesse Royal. I will let Owen know who they are. Actually, I'll probably let you know who. I don't think you're going to be. It's the deep reggae. It's the proper things. But it's not just you, Owen. So that's fine. Yeah. And you know what? Actually, there was a lot of people in there. It was in the Ritz O2. Kind of similar to like O2 Forum in Kentish Town. It's like the same kind of vibe as that. Hammersmith O2, whatever. Loads of people watching United View in there. Loads of people. Hey, listen, they were bigging you guys up. They were bigging up Owen. They were bigging up KG. Yeah, they were bringing up you both. They were saying, "Oh, I watch you guys every." One guy, bro, I walked in there. There's about 2,000 people in there. It's a concert. DJ's warming up the thing. It's all going crazy. This is him. Yeah. And Flex as well. Big up Flex. I'm just like, I'm just trying to, you know what I mean? Put me on blast.
See, that would make me leave. I'd be like, I can't handle this. I've got to go.
It was funny, man.
I love
Yeah, you are good. I know. I was just no.
Honestly,
I was like, boom.
Sorry.
When I went to go watch KGG stand up, once the house lights went down, I went, thank God for that.
Oh yes, guess what? I got some someone cussed me the other day. He said he doesn't find me remotely funny, and Flex is way more funny than I am.
Well, that's not true.
And I apologize straight away. I shouldn't have said it out loud, to be honest, but it was all right.
And then I was like, at all though. I said, I can see something.
This.
Oh, just someone in the comment section on Mars on the thing. He said,
in the comment section.
Yeah. And I was like, at all. I said, that's a bit harsh.
What was your reaction to that, Flex? What was your reaction to that?
I said Flex is funny, but like me, at all. Like I'm not funny at all. At all is a big statement.
I don't laugh at you ever.
At all. Anyway, so yeah.
And sometimes they are laughing, and then you start talking, and the laugh stops immediately, straight away.
Yeah. So I basically said back to the drawing board with some figure emojis and stuff. But so I'm back to the drawing board. I'm trying to get funny again.
Oh, mate, I bet if I look in them comments, that would just literally be 1 out of a million.
Oh, it is 1 out of It's typical comedian. You'll find a that's like you don't like, and then sort it out. Yeah. Anyway, let's go.
Should we talk about some football?
Yes,
we've got limited time as well this week as well, so we've taken up a large portion of the show talking about nonsense. But that's what this show is. That's what this show is. Yeah. Exactly.
There's always the little cold opens. There's always the finding out what we've been doing, etc., etc. But to the football. Earlier on, obviously, Owen covered the presser. We all saw some of the things that Eric Tenor.
I don't know nothing.
KG at the time of recording hasn't seen it, so
I don't know anything.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't watch it, but I caught up with the quotes. Leacher, he's back.
Yes,
could be involved against Brentford. They will see. There's another training session today.
I thought he said he was a doubt because of like someone. I read that earlier this morning when I did my show this morning that he was a doubt.
Yes, he was then, but Eric in the presser has said. No, he's. Oh, and what's the actual thing he did say? Because you did watch it.
He said the question was, could he be involved? And Eric Ten Hag said yes, he could be involved. So doesn't mean he's starting. Doesn't even necessarily mean he's playing.
Yeah,
I'm going to probably lean towards the bench. I reckon he might be on the bench a bit like he was it Spurs earlier on the season?
Spurs,
and then there was an injury and he came on. I could see something maybe a bit like that. So he could be involved. The really interesting one I thought this morning from Insider United was about Casemiro, saying that Casemiro looks good for tomorrow, which you go, wow, that's a remarkable turnaround from a couple of weeks ago when it was kind of last minute. He's out of the Liverpool game with that hamstring issue. Then obviously the Brazilian press said, oh, he was actually cleared by United to play in the game. He still felt uncomfortable, went to his own doctor. They found something. But it looks like all he needed was a couple of weeks rest. So it looks like Casemiro could be available. We know Mason Mount's had 2 more weeks of training, so he's up to full fitness, seemingly. He's ready to go. We know Wan-Bissaka, similar situation. Couple of weeks training, he's ready to go. He was brilliant against Liverpool. Left back Wams, I tell you now. Left back Wams. Højlund's obviously back, ready to go. He played against Liverpool too. So we're looking good. But it's just a case of... I don't want to be that person that focuses on the negative, like what if we lose tomorrow or anything like that. But I mean, no, I'm not. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to say every game's a final, 10 finals left, and let's put a marker down. Let's put a marker down. I feel it. I believe. I do believe. I believe we will be in the new format of the Champions League next season. There you go.
Saying it's getting done.
Wow. Is that how you're feeling today? That's the energy that I wanted to. That's the energy I wanted. So you're just base jumping. You've decided because that's like a flex. That was like the flex Liverpool one. The way you just jumped off. You didn't kind of. Sorry. You really.
I didn't see it a couple of weeks ago, KG, obviously. I said I didn't think Ten Hag was going to be in charge first game of next season because I didn't see him getting the results. I didn't see, and also, it must be stressed, I didn't see the other teams faltering in the same way that they faltered.
Yeah.
I always thought Spurs were going to drop points because of the games they had. But then when I saw that game against Fulham at Craven Cottage, I went, wow, okay, game on, real game on now. And I think with the games that we've got, it's going to be tight. And I know there's got to be a bit of a swing, and I wasn't confident with us being consistent enough to match, to overcome their inconsistency. But with the players we've got coming back, I feel like we might just same way. I was saying last season, Flex, to you. I went when there was a bit of concerns about getting top 4, and I went, I think we'll fall over the line.
Yeah,
I think we'll be all right. I've got a similar feeling. This
I don't
season.
think we're going to fall over the line, though. I feel like we've started to not like get into form, but we in front of a goal, we're scoring goal. Remember, was getting 1 goal a game, and it was like, and that goal,
see where the next one's coming from.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I would say that there's actually a bit of a style, a bit of a, I don't know, like an attacking guile, if you want to say, and that's because of players like on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. You're getting Garnacho. Many people probably didn't realize it or speak about it enough, but Garnacho floated to the left side in the Liverpool game and opens things up for us as well. They're switching sides, and
he went both sides.
Overloaded, didn't he? Yeah.
Overloading, and then now what Rasmus does that we miss, and this is why we needed him as a centre forward, he occupies the centre backs. He draws so much to him, and he can run off him, but you're actually running off him to either side. And I think Garnacho has been he's been our best attacking player this season going forward. Now, Kobe gives us another piece of balance, but I'm just talking about getting at someone, committing fouls, doing stuff. Top end, he's been very good this season. But it kind of is, maybe it's kind of underplayed, or maybe it kind of goes under the radar because of how good the 18-year-old's doing. But you're actually missing, if there was no 18-year-old, you'll say, bloody hell, that young player is
KG. That's what I've been saying this for weeks, and maybe it's because the ops are quite loud when it comes to Garnacho. But there is he's not even that good. Like when you were talking to like Toby earlier on the season.
So I'm saying like he's mid.
They're like, no, he's not that good. You go, well, but again, I think people forget his age because he played last season. I don't know. Maybe like KG's point is because there's a younger person in the team getting the headlines. Like Garnacho's already established, but he's not. Like he's not. He's not. He's like 19, 20. I know, sometimes he can play and he can be frustrating. He can be a bit wasteful. But again, because he's still a teenager, of course he's going to be. But he's a kid. But 19, he is good. But he is good. And to KG's point, plays on the left, that's his natural position. Plays on the right, no problem. When he plays on the right, he creates things from the right. Oh, he goes over to the left with Rashford, overloads, can play through the middle, gets an assist for the winner last weekend, 120 minutes on a bad hamstring, gives the ball to Ahmad. Like, he's reliable, he's consistent. And I think that's why I'm saying about the Champions League thing, because I'm looking at those players improving every week and going, well, actually, they're really starting to improve a lot. I'm looking at the emergence of Kobe. I'm looking at players coming back as well, like Leacher, who we all know whenever he's not there and we lose, one of the reasons people go to is, we can't play the style that Ten Hag wants without him, which does worry me, but he's going to be back, so that's good. You look towards Mason Mount coming back and you're going, well, I'm hoping the plan then with him comes to fruition. I'm looking at Bruno going, he's going to be available because he's always available. I'm looking at Højlund being back and available and he's scoring goals. He's improving. I'm going, well, then I know we still got to make up some ground on them. But if I'm looking at those other teams struggling and being inconsistent, looking at the fixtures they've got left and us getting better, because I was looking at our fixtures too. Since the turn of the year, I think it's only 3 games we haven't won.
But that's when Eric says we're in good form. Who did we lose against? I think it was Fulham. When we went on that run, but then we did lose against Fulham. Then the next game,
it's because we lost against Fulham and City. It's because we lost against Fulham and City back to back.
But I'm telling you, this year he's basically saying we're in good form. I know we've lost these 2 games. City, he can't say it like that, but he may as well just say, all right, cool, City, and you lot know what it is.
Man.
Yeah. The Fulham one, cool. It happens, innit? It was shit. That's when the Fulham one, I was down. I ain't gonna lie. I was like,
one of our worst days.
So was I. I thought that's it.
But he still kind of stayed on that thing of we're in good form this year though. I know we are. And
we are. I'm just looking at the fixtures here. Since the first game of in January was that game against Wigan. Right, we've played 12 games, including that game. We've had 9 wins. We've had 2 defeats, which is against Fulham and City.
Feel like that.
And we drew against Spurs. 9. 9 wins out of 12 since the turn of the year.
Mad.
1 draw against Spurs and 2 losses, which was the one against City and against Fulham. And you sort of go, actually, then
it's not that bad. and that's without the players back.
And that's why when you look ahead, and in that period of time, I know people can go, oh yeah, but you should be beating those teams. But no one thought we were going to beat Liverpool, won that game. No one thought we were going to go away to Aston Villa, win that game. We won that game. So why not? Why not? What? Looking at this year, 2024, this calendar year, with the fixtures we've got left, with the players we've got coming back, looking at the opposition as well, looking at how the league's opened up, why can't we qualify for the Champions League?
Of course we can.
You lot are missing something, and I'm surprised no one's mentioned it yet. Off the bench, Mctominay.
Again, that's another one.
Off the bench, Scotty. Mickey T. Yeah, it gets different because that's one thing that you can say about him is you would say almost his reading of the game or him smelling a goal, when to run into the box. He can do that really well. I don't care. Now it's official, really. He's always in dangerous positions.
It's not luck. It's not luck.
How have you done that? Even that one where the ball comes to him in the Liverpool one and he kind of puts a leg out and it goes straight to the keeper. You know, the one that doesn't
he should have made it 2-0.
Well, the second,
or the one where he could have won it for us.
Well,
went sliding.
Exactly, the sliding one. But I'm saying there's so many times, that you see Rasmus and Scott's just there, and you're like, oh, which one is? You know what I mean? So
that happened against Villa when he got the header. I was like, who scored that? And I was like, oh shit, it's Scott.
And he should have scored against Spurs. Remember that one where we were rubbish? The whole second half got dominated, and he should have scored against Spurs. Should have won us the game. And this is why on the full view on Monday, KG, and I felt like I was fighting McTominay's corner here. I didn't really get it. It's like I'm going, well, I get it. People don't like him. He's not good enough. This, that, and the other. But when do you have to eventually, when he keeps scoring goals and winning us games and getting us points, eventually you have to go I know I don't like you or I don't like you as a player, but oh my, you're literally, you are doing stuff for us this season. And when you talk about should he or shouldn't he get a new contract, I don't think any United fan is an advocate for McTominay of he should be starting every game. I think people are an advocate of, well, clearly what he's doing now this season is what he's best at, which is off the bench. If you need a goal, bring him on, put him as high up the pitch as you possibly can, and he'll get chances. He should. Do you know how wild it is that we're saying that McTominay should have, and it's not even they were half chances. McTominay should have had a hat trick against Liverpool at Old Trafford, legitimately. 2 pullbacks from Marcus Rashford, and Rashford didn't get credit for those passes as well, which I thought was a bit bizarre. And he gets an assist for the Rashford goal too. And you go, well, wait a minute, actually. So are people really still stuck on the whole McTominay and Fred thing? Is that what they are stuck on?
Yeah, I think it is. Because what we have to remember is that our manager, let's get this straight as well. And this is where you got to give Ten Hag his props, which actually I've been looking at a lot of context of stuff, right?
Well done.
And this is in favor of Ten Hag.
Thank you.
You have to remember all the good things he's done, because it's easy to just think of the negatives and we've gone backwards and it's a tough season. I get it. They're all valid conversations. But these points I'm about to make are also very valid, right? He came straight in, last season and said, McTominay, Fred, no. Straight away. That's one of the first things he did.
And Maguire.
Yeah, and Maguire, So he said, as United fans, we were crying out for someone who's going to come in, play better players, do this, that, and the other. Obviously, he can't just come in and sell all of them. But he found a way instantly to not play a pivot of McTominay and Fred. And yes, the money situation, wanted De Jong, whatever. He found a way to make it work by getting Christian Eriksen on a free. It ended up being Casemiro for big P's, cool. But he broke up that partnership. And then what he didn't just break up that partnership. What he did with both of those players, Fred and McTominay individually, and especially McTominay because he's still here, is find the role that they're actually good at. Last year, it was Eriksen, Bruno,
Fred,
Casemiro. Was the main three. But like you said there, KG, for certain games, when we're playing Barca, when we want to go Tottenham away or whatever it is, Arsenal, whatever it is, Fred's coming in and Fred would do a job. Same with McTominay now. It's not the fact that McTominay is just rubbish, so settle this, that, and the other. The manager has found the right position and the role in the team for Scott. That's what he's actually done. He's getting the best out of Scott, McTominay, from the attributes that he's good at, and he's taken away the attributes he's not good at.
Flex, this is the argument I was saying on Monday on the Full View, right? KG, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. That was the argument I was making Monday. And the response that I was getting from the panel was that doesn't matter because we've seen him for 4 or 5 years and one season doesn't eliminate those 4. And we've seen him in other positions. And now we've got to this point, it doesn't matter what he's done. And I didn't really compute that because I'm like, well, isn't football, without trying to get too like philosophical, isn't it like a footballer's journey is kind of trial and error in all of these different positions? And then, so what we're saying, because they've not failed, but because they're not as optimal in these other ones, once you find the position that they are optimal in, that doesn't matter because we've seen more of him failing than since season. That doesn't make any sense to me, to be honest. Like, and again, it's not me going, Mctominay has to play every single game. No, he's the savior. It's going, no, it's going, yeah, it's going off the bench. Football's a squad game. And as much as you're going to want to play a certain style, there are going to be games where that's not working or you find yourselves behind or struggling to break teams down. And a bit like the Liverpool game, eventually you just go, right, screw it. Got to go long. Got to put the ball in the box. Got to try and do something different. And that's kind of my thing for McTominay. And I will raise you, KG. You said no one's talking about McTominay off the bench. It's Friday. A bit reckless, yeah? What about, why is no one talking about Anthony off the bench?
And I'm so glad you've done this as well. I'm glad you've done this, but the pivot, because I had
this one is one game though.
I had a pivot that I really wanted.
Is it? Yeah. Is it one game?
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. The swivel move from Virgil van Dijk. Yeah. There's a few things I really want to bring up. So these are some topics that I've come to the pod with. Yeah, today. Yeah. There's one. I'm gonna give you all of them, so you just have.
Yeah. Reel them out.
If Gareth Southgate's good enough for Man United, surely he's good enough for Liverpool. Surely the conversation has to start. There's young players. Xabi Alonso's seen himself out of the job. He's no longer going that way. If they can force him on Man United as a big club that we are, Liverpool should be no different, and there should be space for him on Merseyside. Yeah,
but we didn't even want him, KG. That's what this is now. We didn't even want him. In reality,
he's crying in his car.
They were like, Xabi Alonso is gonna be him. He's the only one that makes sense.
Yes.
The legacy that.
Did you see AGT's tweet?
No. Oh, what did he say?
What's he got?
I want to get it right.
Yes, I love this.
See, think Xabi has half bottled it. Oh no, might never get this chance again. Had my heart set on him, if I'm honest. Oh, quote retweet right now.
Yeah,
loads of laughing emojis.
Half bottled it. He's half bottled it. But he just didn't want to go, do you? But he half bottled it in favor of maybe going to Real Madrid next year.
But then he also says, I totally respect his decision to stay, though. Leverkusen fans must be over the moon. I think he goes Madrid in a year. Time to move on.
It's over. But basically, what he's saying in that tweet is my Liverpool dreams of him coming here is over. Because right now, it is brilliant. And I need to hear, as you look, because you know what the media did with us. They couldn't wait to put Gareth Southgate in post, and this is a huge club. So my thing is, the energy must be the same. You're talking a guy that was fantastic with England. He's brought the good times back. He's brought the good feelings back. Merseyside is calling. We don't have a vacancy. Again, they said that Man United should bring him in because Ineos, they don't know what they want to do rare. The same still should apply, unless they were trolling. Unless the media was trying to get someone in a job that they knew was too big for them, but they thought, let's continue to mess up the pot at Man United. So now it should just simply go across. It should simply be applied. So that I wanted to bring up, but I think we've done our job here. Another thing is, I need to ask Flex. He's had a lot of stocks in Mason Mount coin. Yeah?
I have.
Mason Mount is returning. Can you prepare us or get us excited for what we should see in these last 10 games? Flex, the floor's yours.
I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't want to sell people down the river with the last 10 games because that would be unfair to Mason Mount and it would be unfair to the United View faithful to just do the blind gassing of something that I truly believe won't happen. My thing for Mason Mount has always been, I believe once he gets back fully fit, right, and can get a run in the team, which is not going to happen this season, I think we'll see the final plan. I think he's a player that doesn't necessarily do one thing exceptionally well. Like, he's not going to get you like 15 goals and 11 assists and stuff like that. But I think when the team is where it needs to be tactically and sort of technically, he's going to be an important cog of a midfield that is well run. I think he's efficient on the ball. I think he works hard off the ball. He can find little pockets. He can keep the ball moving, and he can impact the game in the final third. For me, if in the Mason Mount stocks, the last 10 games, I think it's more of a coming in and off the bench. You know, I think that might start a game or two here or there.
In the likes of who though? Because that's for everyone on the panel.
I think we might see. I think we could see some games. I think we can see some games where he might go, Cobby. He might go Cobby, Bruno, and Mount in certain games where we're doing all right, or we might feel like we're at home, we're on top. We can do that against Sheffield United. He might be able to do that against Bournemouth away. Like, I can see him doing it sometimes. Other times, he might, Anthony might not come on the right. Garnacho might come off, might put Mason Mount out there, interchange with Bruno. Different types of things. So I don't think that he's going to be able to come in now when the plan, what Eric wanted to do, basically has been scrapped for the whole season. He's been injured. I know for a fact the message to Mason Mount has been, listen, get yourself fit, hurry up and get fit. Whenever you get fit, don't worry about this season. Next season, we go again. So I know for a fact it'll very much be come off the bench for 15, 20 minutes. Might start a game.
You lot don't see Cobby being sacrificed.
No. I don't see that.
No. I think if anything, to be honest, we know that Bruno's been carrying a knock for a little bit. I mean, he came back early off international break. Portugal let him come back. There was something I saw this week saying that some of the United players feel like he's one of the players with the highest pain threshold that they've ever seen. Basically saying that, this whole idea like he's never injured. No, he's actually injured quite often, but he just plays through. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. He plays quite. There you go. Thumb up, KG. That he's injured quite often. What we could see, I think, with Mason Mount being back is in those games, maybe Bruno could come off. I mean, I think he's on 8 yellow cards at the moment as well. So obviously, if he got booked against Brentford and got booked against Chelsea, he would miss the Liverpool game. So I think there might be a bit of a desire from
asking Bruno United to go 2 games without a yellow cards peak as well. You know,
no, it's basically 2 consecutive ones, isn't it? So you're on 8, just don't get to 10. Away. Yeah, so don't get one against Brentford and Chelsea. But look, it's highly possible you could get one in both. Exactly. So yeah, so it could be a situation a bit like that as well. But I agree with what Flex is kind of saying. I'm not sure we're going to see Mason Mount, even like the real version or the idea that Ten Hag had for him this season. I think they'll kind of be like with him. Let's just make sure we get him through the rest of the season without picking up an injury. Let's have him build up his minutes. Hopefully, eventually, he starts starting a couple of games too. And then come the summer, go big with him there. But I circle back to KG because you didn't answer this with the Anthony one, yeah? The Anthony one. Flex shook his head a little bit and said just one game. I say, is it? Because when he played against Forest, he did do okay. And that when we were doing the match, didn't we? And we said, actually, he's unfortunate to come off.
Yeah, he played all right. Yeah.
He did all right in that game.
Yeah.
And against Liverpool, look, he came on, he changed the game. He changed the game. He was excellent. I don't expect him to start against Brentford. And I still do think if an offer came in the summer, United would accept it. I don't think he'll leave because I think he'll look at his contract and say, I can just stay. I don't have to go anywhere at all.
I'll fight for
it. Exactly. So if he's in a little bit of form, KG, is that another option? Are you looking towards the bench going actually?
Absolutely.
Interesting.
The killer is it's harsh as well because he finds himself in a very precarious situation where Ahmad now has done something as well. Like the timing of him and Ahmad's resurgence.
Well, he's banned for the next game.
But there's options though.
Well, he's got this one game. He's really got this one game to really like I imagine Brentford off the bench.
Yes.
Now, there is an excitement for me to see this player because I went so heavy when he came in. I was like, spend all the money on him, you know, and I really,
pay enough.
We did
pay enough.
We literally spent everything we had.
I really want it to work. Like, I really do. You know, people have been saying, take him out your title sequence at the beginning. And there was times where it was considered, but I was like,
"Oh, is that what they're doing?"
And KG went, "I don't know how to do the edit. I don't know how to do the edit."
So. Like, no, I edited it. I made my own video. so I could do it. Yeah. But anyway, I didn't.
Moment as well.
I didn't. But then it was like, it's mad because I want this player to do well. Even though, like, I couldn't be able to say I backed him the whole time because I didn't. Totally not. Yeah, but then if he turns it around, this would, again, as a Ten Hag Defense League ambassador, some will say leader or just, again, key strategist. Yeah, I would say that, what do you call it? This will be the one thing that they've teared the manager down with. And in terms of saying he hasn't got his signings right because of Anthony. You know, when we break it down, we say, well, what signings? Everyone puts the loans and stuff. I don't think that counts. But they use this one and maybe Malacia at times, which I think is a bit strange. If this guy can turn it around, bloody hell, it would be. And that celebration meant a lot. I believe that he came to Man United and a lot was on his shoulders. You know, you come to this big, huge, great club, and then the allegation of he swept into a whirlwind of allegation, and you could see all these players, you know, talking to him at there when he gets his goal, when he has his moment.
He's going through it. You can tell he's going through it.
He's been going through it. He said as soon as Ten Hag signed for this club, he's like, I will play anywhere for you. Remember, boss? Like, remember that video that we saw?
Yeah.
This guy wants this club. I romanticize everything. I want it to work out. Who knows? But I'm behind this. I'm excited about this. I really want it.
Well, to KG's point though, and again, this goes back to why I'm a bit more confident. Well, I'm saying we're going to get Champions League. It's because how many times this season have we seen the team news come out and then we see the bench and we go, that bench is shit. We've got nothing today.
Yeah,
like that. Suddenly now you can look towards the bench. You go, oh, you got Mason Mount there. You got Ahmad on those. Actually, we can see a bit more what he can do now. You've got an Anthony that's playing better. You've got even a Christian Eriksen off the bench, and you go, well, when you need someone, the games they're parking the bus a little bit. He's got time on the ball, can pick out passes. You can do that. You're looking at Mctominay. Suddenly, you've got options off the bench, and also with the Anthony one. And this is a bit of a peek behind the curtain, right?
This is positive.
And this is the story behind KG's spin with the Anthony one. Yes. I recall that day because if I'm not mistaken, like that all came together very quickly. I think KG, and like I'm not sure. Yeah, it wasn't. It was very.
Let's get another player.
So another player. I remember that, and I remember being on the train.
It was supposed to be Malacia. It was supposed to be Malacia.
Yeah. I remember being on the train and hearing about that, and we were like, "Oh, let's get some ideas together. And I learned a very valuable lesson that day about what to pitch and what not to pitch because I'm going through some like questions, whatever. And I said he should do a spin and get Anthony to rate it, never thinking KG would do it. And then when the video came out,
you got to think he would do that.
I went, oh God, he did it.
Yeah. Of course I'm going to do it, bro. Hey, and he loved it. Listen, at Carrington, he loved it. That was good. That was good, man. I want this guy to win, man. I want him to win so much, bro. The guy wants Man United, and I never forget. There was a time when he came on the pitch, and there was nothing, no cheers, just nothing. Do you know how mad it is? And don't get me wrong, because while we're being really positive, just to even if we do the light pivot, our loan watch, or the players on loan. It's not getting. You know, Donny van der Beek is not doing well. By the way,
no, it's not.
Donny's not doing well.
Hannibal's not doing great.
Hannibal's suffering.
Alvaro's not doing great.
Alvaro's suffering. Who else is suffering? There's another.
Dangor got injured bad.
Yeah, Dangor got injured.
Yeah. We even say this is powered by him because at the moment,
I know. Sancho's
not doing. He's not doing what they expected, bro. He's not doing.
He did a bit better in the Champions League game, didn't he? He did do a bit better in the but certainly with him, it's the mindset of.
I'm not seeing clips every week.
Well, Dortmund don't want to pay like the money. The bigger discussion is, can we get him on loan again next year?
Yeah, exactly. They're going to try it. They're going to try it. We're
not going to let it happen. But when they say this is ridiculous and we don't think, when they start arguing about the price, that means they're not valuing what they have. They're like, oh, we sure we want this? You know what I mean? So it just goes to show, like, again. More issues with the debt again with Dan Ashworth not being the deal, not being done, guys. As it like this, it gets interesting with the plans, summer plans. To move on. Like, what does this thing look like?
They're saying Omar's going to do all the negotiations this summer, and even that's exciting, though.
Yeah, I honestly, I was saying this to Owen the other day on one of the morning shows. Can't remember which one, but I was like, this summer. is both really exciting but really nerve-wracking, because it's really exciting because
we have no idea.
It's
We have
all
no idea.
new. It's all new. All we're hearing is best in class. All we're seeing is Sir Jim, like you said, with the rich man walk, just the rich man just kicking back. What I mean, we're hearing Dan Ashworth, we're hearing Omar Barada. Do you know what I'm saying? Bit of rich man energy, getting the fans on side, doing the madness. So we're like, yeah, we're gonna get people who know what they're doing. They're gonna execute these deals properly. But then if they start doing madnesses, or like, we know what we're like. And I'm gonna say we, because it's all of us.
Yeah.
If it's like, the media start doing what they do, which is link us to these players, whatever. Man United want to put a bid in, or Man United are monitoring. Through the summer, it's going to be, I thought Ineos was supposed to change this. Yeah. Why are we still monitoring FC? What, just put the bid in, whatever. Or, guys, we could just see something that's completely, like, not our DNA. Like, just, link, bid, signed.
Or no link. Or no link. No link.
No
link. Just imagine we get a Romano. Yeah, imagine we get a Romano, here we go, with someone we haven't been linked to. You'd be like,
holding the shirt as well. You know what it is?
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be going, sorry, I thought there's meant to be 3 weeks of engagement on social media about it first. We've got to get some retweets in. We've got to get some likes in. We're talking about just a here we go.
But at the same time, we're still Man United, and those things will obviously still exist because you know what I mean? But it'll be interesting to see how much they reduce, because nobody knew was getting Omar Barada from City.
Exactly.
Can I say that if we signed that Everton centre back, I don't know how to say his name. I just
Jared Branthwaite.
Say it again, Branthwaite.
Jared Branthwaite.
Branthwaite, wicked. Yeah. If we sign him, I'd feel like we are still the same. Personally, I feel
like him.
It's the amount. It's the 70 million. There, when you think, I like the stuff of, we're linked to like a player from Boca, or we're linked to these, these kind of, not really obscure signing, but then you lot have done the scouting. It's new, it's different, because we plucked out the academy. Someone that was highly touted at another club and spent millions to bring them in. We've done that. We tried that with Maguire and all these other in the past. I want to just see, like, this is different from Man United.
We still got to be careful with that, isn't it? Because we do have this fascination with that, like, we're going after a South American player. And you go, have you seen him? No. Have you heard of him? No. Is he any good? I don't know. Absolutely. And sometimes, I do think sometimes with the Premier League signings, that's why. Yeah, exactly. With the Premier League signings, it almost sometimes works to their detriment, in the sense of, because we've seen more of them versus another player, we're like, well, this player we've seen is rubbish. This player that I haven't seen, he must be good. Why? Because otherwise, why would Man United be going after him? But we were saying the other day, weren't we, Flex, with like the Todibo one, once it came out with Romano, when he went, he's available £40 million in the summer. We sort of went, if we can't sign Todibo from Nice, who we're not affiliated with, even though we've got the same owner.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, for £40 million. If we see a rival beat us to that one, then you're asking big questions. Imagine Liverpool signed Todibo, £40 million. You'd be going, are you taking the piss?
Like, maybe they prefer Branthwaite. Maybe they think Branthwaite would be the better option when Dan Ashworth and their man get in there.
That'd be a bit weird for me.
Just he's good.
He's good. I'm not judging him, saying he's a bad signing. I'm just saying, I'd like to, if we like just kind of like a bit smart in the market, like even the fact that we're saying Dan Ashworth can wait, it makes me smile a little bit, because old school United, we just throw money at all situations and think it will deal with it. It's like, no, Omar will do it. Like that hearing that is nice. Right? There's a backup plan on top of the backup plan. That's why I want to see. So the Todibo links, when they talk about the tossing player from Fulham on a free, I would like to see Man United exploit the free market, do a madness there. I like to, because the Eriksen signing was intelligent. It worked for what we got for him. That kind of makes sense. And if we're gonna revolutionize or change the team a lot at the back, if it's the end of Lindelof's story, if it's the end of Varane's story, and even the Casemiro thing, like if we're making these big changes, I just want us to be creative in the market. That's one of the things that I'm really hoping for. And
that's where the excitement comes from.
That's the excitement.
How creative can we be? Like if we start seeing some, like KG said, some proper, oh wow, that's creative. Okay. All right, I can see that. Or do you know what I mean? Or someone who we really like, and we're like, they just went and got him.
It's creative and fast, isn't it? It's fast as well, because
very good.
Make no mistake, if it gets to like tour time, and we've signed still one player or something like that, then people are like, there's no different. Or it'll be that thing where other clubs around us, like Arsenal moved very quick last year, didn't they? Very, very quick. And when that happens, fans start to freak out because they're going, why are they doing it so quickly? What's going on? So it's like you said, it's how creative they are and how quick they are. If United, imagine a world where we go on tour and we've signed not one player, but maybe 2 or 3. Could you imagine?
Available. If our players are on the plane heading to tour, that would be impressive for us. That's so
very. The way I want to see them not there is because their teams have gone to the Euros and they're deep in the tournament, so it's not their fault. Other than that, I want to see people there on the plane. Do you know what I'm saying? So there you go. Listen, episode 9 of the Trinity. If you're listening on your podcast platforms, you can get it on Google, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Episode 9 of the Trinity podcast, powered by Dangar, who has no idea that he powers this podcast. He has no idea.
Thank you so much,
and he probably will never have any idea that he powers this podcast. But maybe someone who knows him in the comments will let him know that he officially powers our podcast. Smash the like on the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Share the podcast if you are listening via that way. And we'll see you on the next episode of the Trinity. And we will be beating Brentford and getting 3 points. We need it. Come on.